Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Welcome you all. We are doing Kitabul Wudu from Sahih Bukhari. Inshallah, we'll start with the dua. Nahmaduhu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. Fa'uz billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So here we are doing the compressed version and we'll cover the chapter. Here starts the Kitabul Wudu, what has been revealed regarding ablution. No salah prayer is accepted without ablution. To remove the small hadas by ablution or big hadas by taking the shower. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the prayer of person what does hadas, passes urine, stool or wind, is not accepted till he perform the ablution. A person from Hadramaut asked Abu Huraira, what is hadas? Abu Huraira replied, hadas means passing of wind. لا تقبل الصلاة من أحدث حتى يتودأ. Until you do the wudu, your salah is not accepted. We all know that. And what are the things that will break the wudu? That also we'll see the detail, inshallah. Superiority of ablution and ghurul muhajjalun. The parts of the body of Muslim washed in ablution will shine on the day of resurrection, and the angels will call them by the name from the traces of ablution. Babul fadlil wudu wa ghurral muhajjaluna min asaril wudu. So when you do the wudu, your parts of the wudu will shine. How you have seen ghurrul muhajjalun is like, a horse which has different spots on it. And can you recognize that horse? Yes, you can. That's how the things will be. The traces of ablution will be shining, and you can notice that. Narrated Noam al-Mujmir, once I went up the roof of the mosque along with Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu. He performed ablution and said, I heard Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, on the day of resurrection, my followers will be called al-Ghurrul Muhajjalun, from the traces of ablution, and whoever can increase the area of his radiance should do so, performing ablution regularly. So if you do ablution properly, then your area of the wudu will be shining on the day of resurrection. In ummati, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, inna ummati yad'auna yawm al-qiyamati ghurral muhajjalina min asaril wudu. Asaril wudu, the traces of the wudu, the shining on the face because of doing the wudu. فَمَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ مِنْكُمْ أَنْ يُطِيلَ غُرَّتْهُ فَلْيَفْعَلْ. Chapter number 4. One should not repeat ablution if in doubt, unless until he is convinced that he has lost his ablution wudu by having hadas. Baba la yatawadda min shaki hatta yastaqin. So don't have the shak, don't have the doubt until unless you are sure about it. The hadith narrated by Abbad bin Tamim, my uncle asked Allah's Messenger ﷺ about a person who imagined to have passed the wind during the prayer. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said he should not leave his prayer until unless he feel like hearing the sound or smell is something. La yan fatil aw yan sarif hatta yasma'u sautan is sound, aw yajida rihan, like bad smell. Sometimes your tummy start bloating and you feel like you passed the wind. Actually, if you feel like you didn't, then you can continue your salah. To perform a light ablution. Babu takhfif fil wudu. Narrated Quraib Ibn Abbas said Prophet ﷺ slept till he snored and then prayed, or probably lay till his breath sounds were heard, and then got up and prayed. Ibn Abbas added, I stayed overnight in the house of my aunt Maimuna. The Prophet ﷺ slept for a part of the night. See Fathul Bari, page 249, volume 1. And late in the night, he got up and performed ablution from a hanging water skin. They don't have running water, so he was doing the ablution from the water skin. A light, perfect ablution. It doesn't mean light means missing any kind of arkan. No, he's doing perfect wuzu, but it's a light. What kind of light? We're gonna learn that. A light perfect ablution and stood up for the prayer. I too perform a similar ablution. Who? Ibn Abbas. Then I went and stood on his left. Ibn Abbas was a small child, so he stand on the left side. He didn't realize he should stand on the right. He drew me to his right. Who? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He took him to the right side and prayed as much as Allah wished, and again lay and slept till he breath sounds were heard. Later on, Muazzin call make for prayer came to him and informed him that it was time for prayer. Prophet ﷺ went with him for the prayer without performing a new ablution. It means that he was awake. He didn't sleep a sound sleep. Sufyan said to Amr that some people said the eyes of Allah's Messenger ﷺ slept, but his heart does not sleep. You understand? Sometimes you close your eyes, but your heart is awake. You're not actually sleeping. That's what it mentioned here. The eyes of Allah's Messenger sleep, but his heart does not sleep. Amr replied, I heard Ubayd bin Umar saying that the dreams of Prophet ﷺ were divine inspiration, means wahi, and he recited the verse, Ibrahim, see in dream, O my son, that I offer you in sacrifice to Allah. So what he saw? To sacrifice, like this was the true dream. Just to mention, like even previous prophets, they also had the true dreams. Narrated Osama bin Zaid وقال ابن عمر إسباق بدء الإنفاق. Allah's Messenger ﷺ proceed from Arafat till when he reached the mountain pass that he dismounted, urinated, and then performed ablution, but not a perfect one. I said to him, is it time for the prayer? Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, the place of prayer is ahead to you. He rode till when he reached Muzdalfa. He mounted and performed ablution and perfect one. The call for Iqama was pronounced and he led the Maghrib prayer. Then everybody made his camel kneel down at his place. The Iqama was pronounced for the Isham prayer, which Prophet ﷺ led, and no prayer was offered in between the two prayers. So what we learn, like he was, it means this is like during the time of the Hajj, how the things will be at the time of the Hajj. And then the Iqama was pronounced for the Isha prayer with Prophet ﷺ and led, and no prayer was offered in between the two prayers, Isha and Maghrib. Chapter to wash the face with both hands by a handful of water. Especially when you are on journey, you realize if less water is there, how you gonna do the ablution. Babul ghusl wajhi bil yadaini tasniya, dual, two hands. So you are taking ghusl. Wajhi means face. Bil yadaini, hands, mean gharafati wahidatin. To wash the face with both hands. Both the hands you are washing with a handful of water. Like you have less water or any kind of thing. So how you gonna manage? That also mentioned over here. Ibn Abbas performed ablution and washed his face in the following way. He led out of a handful of water, rinsed his mouth, washed his nose with it, putting in water and then blowing out. He then took another handful of water, did like gesturing, joining both hands, and washed his face. Took another handful of water and washed his right forearm. He again took another handful of water, washed his left forearm, passed wet hands over his head, and took another handful of water and poured over it right foot up to his ankles and washed it thoroughly, and similarly took another handful of water, washed thoroughly his left foot up to the ankles, and said, I saw Allah's Messenger ﷺ performing ablution this way. So deen is very easy, not difficult. Like you don't have more water, you can do ablution in less water also. That was the thing mentioned over here. Hadith number 8, to recite in the name of Allah during every action on having sexual relation with one's wife. Babul tasmiyata ala kulli halin wa indal wiqa'i. Narrated Ibn Abbas, Prophet ﷺ said, if any one of you having sexual relationship with your wife, he must say before starting it. We all know this dua. If not, you should say this dua, and this is the masnoon way of starting it. Qala Bismillahi Allahumma jannibni shaitana wa jannibni shaitana Wama ma razaqtana. So these are the words when you start, when you proceed towards your wife or husband, both of them, they should remind each other, Bismillahi Allahumma jannibni shaitana wa jannibni shaitana ma razaqtana. And oh Allah, protect us from the shaitan and also protect what you bestowed upon us, the coming offspring from shaitan. If it is destined that they should have a child, then shaitan will never be able to harm that offspring. So when you go near to your spouse, if you make this dua, the shaitan can't intervene between you and you will have a righteous children. We should make sure that we do all the sunnah methods. uh, Hadith number 9, what to say while going to washroom. Babul ma yakulu indal qala'i. Narrated by Anas, whenever Prophet ﷺ went to answer the call of nature, he used to say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal khubusi wal khabais. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from all offensive and wicked things, evil deeds and evil spirits. So previously we learned the dua before going closer to husband and wife relationship. One should do that dua, and this dua when you start to go to the restroom. Before entering the restroom, you have to recite this dua before entering. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal khubusi wal khabais. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from all offensive and wicked evil deeds and evil spirits. So we are seeking Allah's protection, even though for everything, you know, because Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has shown all the sunnahs from right from the beginning, from waking up till you go to the sleep, everything included. Chapter providing water at lavatories for washing the private parts after answering the call of nature. Babul Wudil Ma'a Indal Qalai. Narrated Ibn Abbas, once Prophet ﷺ entered the bathroom and placed water for his ablution. He asked who placed it. He was informed according to he was Ibn Abbas. So he gave the dua to him. He said, Allahumma faqihu fid deen. So this dua later on you will see how learned person he was, who Ibn Abbas. He gave dua because Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave the dua. Man wada'a haza fa akhbiru faqal Allahumma faqihu fid deen. Next, chapter number 11. While urinating or defecting, never face Qibla except when you are screened by a building or a wall or something like that. Babul tustaqbalu qiblatu bi ghaitin aw bawlin illa inda bina'i jidarin aw nahwihi. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if any one of you goes to an open space for answering the call of nature, he should neither face nor turn his back towards the Qibla. He should either face the east or the west. Make sure that when you build the house, make sure it shouldn't be towards the Qibla. But here, one more thing, while urinating or defecting, what is mentioned, never face Qibla except when you are screened by a building or a wall or something like that. So walls are there, building that should be fine. Defecting while sitting over two bricks. Babul man tabarraza ala labina time. Narrated Abdullah bin Omar. People say whenever you sit for answering the call of nature, you should not face the Qibla. Like Qibla or Baitul Maqaddas, Jerusalem. I told them once I went up the roof of our house and saw Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam call of nature while sitting on two bricks facing Baitul Muqaddas, but there was a screen covering him. You understand? Even though he was in that direction, but the screen was there. The same thing for our restroom. There is a wall, so don't make it an issue because this thing cleared the matter. So, Hadith number 13, the chapter going out of women for answering the call of nature. because you should understand, now we have restrooms. Before, they don't have restroom, they have to go to the outer place, in the open place, for having the relieving oneself. Khuruj in Nisai ila Baraz. The wives of Prophet ﷺ used to go to Manasi, a vast open place near Baqi at Medina, to answer the call of nature at night. Umar used to say, Prophet ﷺ, let your wives be veiled, because Umar was very frank, and he loved Muhammad ﷺ so much, so he gave the advice, let your wives be veiled. But Allah's Messenger ﷺ did not do so. One night, Sauda bint Zama, the wife of Prophet ﷺ, went out at Isha time. He was a tall lady. Umar addressed her and said, I have recognized you, O Sauda. He said so as he desired eagerly that the verses of Al-Hijab, observe of veils by Muslim women, may be revealed. So Allah revealed the verses of Al-Hijab, a complete body cover excluding the eyes. So here we conclude here the hadith number 13. So here we learn, before the ahkamat of the parda, before the veiling oneself, this was mentioned, and after that they used to veil themselves, and they used to go to the outer place, and they are covered themselves when they are answering the call of nature. Jazakallah khairan kasira. Do subscribe my channel. My channel name is Ilm Quran for all Bayan is one word, and Afreen Fatima Bintey Sajida is my name. So if you just search in YouTube Ilm Afreen Fatima, you will get the channel Ilm Quran for all Bayan. Bayans are in Urdu and English. Do subscribe and share with others. Jazakallah khairan kasira. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika.